Why at the beginning of things is there always light? Dorrigo Evans's earliest memories were of sun flooding a church hall in which he sat with his mother and grandmother. A wooden church hall, blinding light and him toddling back and forth, in and out of its transcendent welcome, into the arms of women. Women who loved him, like entering the sea and returning to the beach, over and over. "Bless you," his mother says, as she holds him and lets him go. "Bless you, boy." That must have been 1915 or 1916. He would have been 1 or 2. Shadows came later, in the form of a forearm rising up, its black outline leaping in the greasy light of a kerosene lantern. Jackie Maguire was sitting in the Evanses' small dark kitchen, crying. No one cried then, except babies. Jackie Maguire was an old man, maybe 40, perhaps older, and he was trying to brush the tears away from his pock-marked face with the back of his hand. Or was it with his fingers? Only his crying was fixed in Dorrigo Evans's memory. It was a sound like something breaking. Its slowing rhythm reminded him of a rabbit's hind legs thumping the ground as it is strangled by a snare, the only sound he had ever heard that was similar. He was 9, had come inside to have his mother look at a blood blister on his thumb, and had little else to compare it to. He had seen a grown man cry only once before, a scene of astonishment when his brother Tom returned from the Great War in France and got off the train. He had swung his kit bag onto the hot dust of the siding and abruptly burst into tears. Watching his brother, Dorrigo Evans had wondered what it was that would make a grown man cry. Later, crying became simply affirmation of feeling, and a feeling the only compass in life. Feeling became fashionable, and emotion became a theatre, in which people were players who no longer knew who they were off the stage. Dorrigo Evans would live long enough to see all these changes, and he would remember a time when people were ashamed of crying, when they feared the weakness it bespoke, the trouble to which it led. He would live to see people praised for things that were not worthy of praise, simply because truth was seen to be bad for their feelings. That night Tom came home. They burnt the Kaiser on a bonfire. Tom said nothing of the war, of the Germans, of the gas and the tanks and the trenches they had heard about. He said nothing at all. One man's feeling is not always equal to all life is. Sometimes it's not equal to anything much at all. He just stared into the flames.